The market is bullish and becoming more volatile after each crisis. And we can clearly observe that after trade war, COVID-19, and when inflation hit a high of 9%, it followed with a bull market. And each bull market after each crisis, the range widens. In this discussion, we will explore the strategies to navigate this volatility effectively. I'm Con Hao. My work in this channel is to study behavior science in finance, discover correlation between different markets, and uncover potential opportunities. Before we get into today's subject, please do take some time to read into the disclaimer. And when volatility increases, it may not necessarily be a bad thing. It really depends on how we position ourselves. If your strategy is passive, such as being a long-term investor, you will need to ride through the ups and downs of the volatility. For example, in the year 2020, that's where the COVID-19 got started. In March, the Fed rolled the massive QE. And based on our past experience on QE with liquidity flooding the market will get or likely get into the bull market. So say, for example, if you have established a position for long-term hold at 12,000, the whole year you have a nice ride, but this ride may be short-lived or pretty long but short. For a whole year, you didn't take profit because it's you're a passive investor for long-term hold. And the next year enter into a bear market. So whatever you purchase at 12,000, it come back to a neutral point. And of course, today much higher because you are a passive investor. Means that you have to go through the ups and downs of the volatility. But if your strategy is geared more towards swing trade, you are a trader, you should enjoy this volatility that the markets have been offering us. Now let's dive into how to trade into this volatility. And I must clarify this, that when we position ourselves to trade the market, always keep risk management in mind. This means that if our judgment is wrong, we must cut our losses and move on. If you cannot do that, maybe trading, it is not for you. Let's look at how I plan my trade as a trader as well, and also as an investor as well. Now, I always start off by studying into the monthly chart. Of course, I don't trade using the monthly chart, but it does provide me a guide of where the main trend is heading. So we saw this uptrend line, and I'm trying to mirror it. And this parallel line will give me an idea if the upper band have reached, and maybe it's trying the next upper band. So with this parallel line, I could see that how beautiful this bullishness is, that even as a swing trade or short-term trader, I will be mindful to do my best to buy on dips as much as possible. And let's look at the daily chart here. Now, when is the best time to buy on dips is that you could see the relationship of this uptrend line. It's touching a very, very nicely few bottoms here. The best time is to get into a market is this kind of reaction like this, when the price action behavior, it is reactive to the trend line. So the next few period, you can make your decision to buy into this dip with a stop loss here, and you wait for the market to develop. But of course, right now is a hindsight talk. But let's look at the current market now. Say, for example, if you're going to be a shorter term trader within the day or the next few days. And what I'm going to do here is that I'm seeing something interesting here where I believe that that will give us some idea how to trade the market. And I'm just going to bring you the whole process, how I develop my view as a trader. That you could see that how beautiful this uptrend line is. Means that as the market correct, if it ever corrects, this will be a point that I'll be looking at to consider if I'm going to buy on dip, provided the market is reactive. The price action have to be reactive to this uptrend line. If it broke below, maybe the correction may be deeper around here, but generally it's still an uptrend for the market. And let's look at the hourly chart, how we develop a view, say for the next few days. So what you're going to do is to look out for a significant low, which is here. And I'm going to do this. And you can shift around here where these are all significant point is opening on the low, where maybe I just happy to place this here with 1, 2 significant low. Maybe I'm looking for the third one, where I believe that as the market corrects over the last 1 or 2 days, is looking for support here. But at any time frame on this hourly chart where we saw that the market is reactive, and here I may consider the buy on dips with a stop loss in mind. But especially during this period, I'm exercising quite a bit of cautiousness on buying on dips because of a trend line. Now, let me just demonstrate to you what I mean here. And this is let me just move into the monthly chart here. This was a trend line that I've drawn, and you can extend it on the other side. You'll see how nicely it formed. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clone this, and I'm going to place it at the you could place it at the open, high, low, close to case study on that. But what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to place it on the maybe the closing price of this bar here. And you could see that the market is pretty reactive. Maybe I just blow this up here. That is reaching the upper band of this trend line. So that's why I am pretty cautious about the mode of buying into dips right now, with a stop loss is necessary in case the market took a turn for a much deeper correction. So therefore, it is always good to understand the fundamentals that has set the trend. Why the US market has always been so bullish. And I believe that there's a few points here, 3 points. Number one is that it's innovation among its businesses, its trust with its bonds, and their unique ability to create money with QEs. Now, with this market touching this upper band, what will cause or trigger the next crisis to be? Now, I would like to hear your thoughts on this. We cannot perfectly time the market, but it is possible to get the market timing right. The market are always telling us on their next move. Stay tuned for my coming tutorial. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Join us in our weekly case study and discussion. Click on my profile icon or the description below to find out more. Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you on what is about to come. Really happy that you stay through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.